Okay, welcome to another Tekk's Tavern Let's Play. This is for Tropico 4, as you can see. I decided to go ahead and do this, and I'm going to do it on a load game that's kind of in the second scenario of the campaign. Because most of the Let's Plays that I've seen for Tropico 4, the 3 or 4 of them that are out there, usually are on the demo on the first map, so I figured I'd do a different one that shows you a little bit different area. In this particular campaign, I think I'm about, on this scenario, I'm about maybe 45 minutes in, I guess. So anyway, for those of you not familiar with Tropico 4, you basically, it's I only played, and also my background, I only played I believe it was the first Tropico, which was the pirate one, where you're kind of building a pirate island, and that's from years ago. And I always wanted to play the second and the third one, but just kind of never got around to them. I saw this fourth one come out, so I went ahead and jumped on it, as I do like the city building type ones, and I like to get a break away from ones that involve combat, and that's kind of what the Tropico 4 is. It's more about economy, dealing with different factions, and balancing your economy, keeping your people happy. You'll have elections where you have to win El Presidente in the election, and things like that. It's a quest-based city builder, where you actually have quests. If you look on the screen here on the bottom right, I have a couple of quests up there, like increase the export volume to USSR, build a certain number of mines, things like that. Actually, the Academy of Science, you'll see a quest complete here in a second. Build an Academy of Science building is this structure under construction right here, which is just about done. In this scenario, the way Tropico 4 works, for those that are not familiar with it, you kind of go from island to island, building up, starting from scratch, accomplishing objectives. So.
Excellent. Now we only need a few professors. I like to be surrounded by intelligent, imaginative men. At least 4 of them.
Yeah, that's not too suggestive at all, is it? She's kind of like in charge of, she's like your education advisor, so to speak. And she was the one who gave the mission for me to build that Academy of Sciences. So, since I completed it, that's why that came up. This one... Okay, this is a continuation of it, so... She's basically the next mission is to get professors in here. So I got one. I'll raise the pay a little bit here and try to get some more in. And you can click on this and select here to say we need somebody from another nation. So this guy will go out and recruit us one and bring one in. So I also have a mission to build 5 mines. The whole setup of this particular scenario was there's a wealthy CEO type who wanted you to come in here and jump on this island and get some mines going to make a bunch of money. So that's kind of how the initial setup was. Here I have a mine that has, this is a iron mine, and then way back here is a gold mine and a bauxite, I guess. So anyway, one thing that's really nice about this game is you can tell that they've had experience.
There is a crisis of command in our army, sir. Since Tropican soldiers are too unruly.
He's just saying you need a general.
Presidente, several European countries are going to ban the public showing of Islamic religious symbols. The Middle East and the rest of the Islamic world are outraged.
Okay, so... these pop up from time to time, giving you different scenarios where you got to pick which side of the fence you fall on, and it changes your relations. If I say Europe has no right to do this, I lose relations with Europe. If I say they're right, then I lose relations with Middle East. The most important relations really are USA and USSR, because they can actually invade you if they get mad enough at you. The other ones aren't quite as important, but they are important for different, bonuses and things like that. In this, the trade-off on this one is minus 15 either way. I think I'm in pretty good shape with both of them. So I'll go ahead and just say Europe is right now on that. There you can see I got financial aid. Depending on how good your relations are with the US and USSR, it kind of controls how much money you get. Basically at the beginning of January, at the beginning of each year. You can see the different buildings here, and it's pretty neat. You can zoom in and see all the different people walking around, and you can actually click on different people and see, you know, what they are, where they work, how they feel about different things. So it's pretty neat if you really want to get down into that minute, you know, detail. Big things, there's certain things like food is a big thing early on. You got to build different farms. You can see the grid changes to show you good locations. I got a couple of corn farms here. Oh, this isn't good.
Coming this way. We should hide underground.
All right, well, this is one of the events that happen. Looks like we're getting a hurricane. And that's quick.
The hurricane is over, Presidente. Let us evaluate the damage.
Lost 9 victims to it, and 3 buildings got destroyed.
I generally like bad weather, even storms, but the hurricane is a bit too much. To think that just this morning, the sky was crystal clear.
You can't judge a day by its morning, as the prominent author wrote.
Alright, so I lost a few buildings. What you can do in this game, here's the buildings I lost. I lost 2 there. And what was the other one I lost? I can repair this one. It was a ranch, I guess. No, one of my fishing docks got. Now, see, I can do. You have one feature that's interesting in this game compared to some is they do have a quick build feature where you can just pay extra money to have it built right away. The fishing wharf isn't so bad because I already have another one that's working, but I'll go ahead and show you here, like on one of these. The Childhood Museum, I'll rebuild it, and then I'll do quick build. And as you can see, boom, it goes up pretty much instantly. And then here I'll go ahead and rebuild the marketplace. Quick build's only $375, so we'll go ahead and do that. Marketplace helps to distribute your goods into areas. Okay, there we go. All the buildings and services, you can actually click on them and adjust, like on the rent on these, and also the pay for all the different service buildings, how much they're getting paid. Now, one big feature about this game here is if you look at the almanac, this gives you a lot of great information to play the game. For instance, you can click on the overview and go to overall happiness, and you can look at all these numbers here, and if any of them are red or low, you can look at it and say, okay, well, that's something I'm not doing very well at. How do I correct it? You know, if the housing quality is low, then you got to build better housing. You know, if the crime safety is low, you got to get police stations, things like that. Right now, you can see I don't have any red numbers, so I'm doing pretty good right now. You can look here and see the people. You know, you can get an idea of, you know, if their average pay is good. You know, my average pay is $11. You know, food quality is 62. And I think these little green arrows beside the numbers, if you're watching this full screen, I think those mean you're kind of above the average of other, you know, island nations or whatever. This shows the economy, which I'm doing real good on money because I've been talking and haven't been spending as much. And then this shows like your exports, imports. And right now I'm not paying for any imports. And you can go to faction. Now factions is another thing. There's all these different factions that live on the island. And again, you can look at the numbers. If any of them are red, that's a faction that's mad at you because you're not doing something correct. For instance, my lowest faction right now is the militarists, which if you saw the one screen that popped up a little while ago, they were asking for more generals. That's because they want me to build this one building that produces a general, basically. And right here it's saying that the demands is I have insufficient army, it's in red, and not enough generals. But we do have more soldiers than rebels, so they're happy about that, and I have a charismatic bonus to my actual El Presidente, so... and then right here you can see your relations with foreign nations. So, you know, like US, I'm excellent. EU, I'm excellent. USSR, I'm kind of half, but that's going to get better soon. And then, you know, the other ones. China, I'm not good relations with because I had a mine collapse, and then they sold me a faulty drill or something to save them, and so it dropped my relations with them.